Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. For today's video, I decided to do a little chit chat. Conversation kind of went into me talking about independence and my own experience starting to reclaim this love that I have for solo living. I am so excited for you guys to listen and also to watch me do my makeup in the video. So let's get this video started. So this is my makeup bag. I like to work with a mirror as well. I start off with the e.l.f. primer. I've already applied this. I like to go in with my spoolie brush with a pencil to fill in my eyebrows. So let's do that. I have been learning a lot about independence, the challenge that it is to be someone who feels a deep desire for independence while also loving the idea of connecting with people. I want to film a video about my specific astrological placements because that's something that I am really intrigued about. And with my particular placements in my chart, I have a lot of contradictions. I love the idea of freedom and being able to do my own thing. And then at the same time, I love the idea of hanging out with people and socializing as well. So it can be a bit of a challenge because having those two energies extremely deep in you can feel a bit challenging to form relationships and maintain relationships. I found myself easily attracting relationships, platonic relationships especially, because of how social I can come off like the first time that I talk to somebody, and I feel like I give off this warm social energy about me. That's not all of who I am though, and I feel like a lot of individuals, they take the first impression as this is how this individual is, like fully, without really leaving any sort of leeway for the individual to express other parts of themselves. I myself have started to allow people to evolve because I gave myself permission to evolve. I gave myself the validation that as you learn more, as you experience more and you implement the knowledge that you're receiving into your life, you're going to eventually be different than what you were before. And so it makes sense that you would come off as a different individual to other people and to yourself. And I feel like there are too many individuals who think that you have to remain a certain way all the time and you have to be predictable. And I am starting to appreciate the unpredictability of the human experience, the unpredictability of your mindset, of your beliefs, the fact that I went from an extremely rigid way of thinking and a way of living to one of free flow and way more fluidity. It is, of course, something that would be shocking to people who knew one specific version of me. And I've started to really just allow myself to be misinterpreted and to not feel like I have to continue to fit a mold for someone else while feeling myself suffocate. You know, like you feel yourself get to a point of not feeling alive, not feeling authentic, not feeling genuine, because you're in this moment of discovering newness about life, which then comes into newness about who you are, where you came from, and why you're even here. And so in that process of discovering these new things, you start to become a new individual. I genuinely feel like we're not becoming new. We are just returning to who we always were before all of the programming and all the conditioning was placed on us. Then I like to use this angled brush, and I'll go like in the inner part of my eyebrow, and I'll just like brush it like this. I don't know if you guys can see this, but I'll just like brush it so it fades a bit, so it's not like a blunt start. One thing I've realized about myself is when I'm speaking, like doing a video or doing a voice note, I'm like, I really pray that this message is landing, because in my head, it makes full sense, and out loud though, I'm like, I don't know if the pieces are coming together. However, something else that I have been learning is it's completely fine for your words to feel like they're not really coming together to mean anything, because I mean, even when people make total sense, people still don't comprehend what they're saying. So as long as you are speaking authentically and you feel like you are expressing yourself as much as you possibly can, it doesn't really matter if it doesn't make sense to the person listening, right? You just let what needs to flow out of you. Now I have this bronzer / contour liquid from e.l.f. Let me tell you, I don't even know if I'm really using this correctly. I use this to add color to my face, because the way that I still look like I haven't been outside, like in some lightings, it looks like it's not summertime, and my face is like way more pale than the rest of my body. So I like to put this here, 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 here. I usually let it like sit on my face a little bit just to warm up. And then I have my liquid blush from e.l.f. as well that I will put right on my hand here. Just like that. And I'll let that warm up a little bit. Yeah, going back to the independence thing, I've really come to comprehend that it is completely fine for you to want to do things solo. I have genuinely, this is the brush I'm using, it's like at an angle. I have realized that sometimes you become the villain when you prioritize your freedom and your independence over being around people. Like, I remember there was a point in my life not that long ago where I was spending an enormous amount of time with people, like just in their presence, being out with them, late hours of the night. Like, I'm talking not getting home until like past midnight, or just sleeping over because it's so late. And I would genuinely feel so drained and so tired, and there were so many times where I genuinely did not want to go out and I didn't want to socialize. And that part of my life was a little bit tricky though, because I was in an environment where I wanted to escape. However, my escape meant going out with friends, and going out with friends meant socializing with people I didn't really want to, or not even like speaking to them. Being like in their presence was enough for me, and doing things that I didn't really want to do, you know, just saying yes to plans because that was what one individual wanted to do, and so everybody just did it, right? And so I was in this state of desperately wanting to leave an environment that felt like I couldn't really, like I just wanted my own personal space. And when I would leave, it would be to go to other people. And so there was a period of time of just not having that alone time and that like personal space that I was really, really craving. This is a blush brush. So I just dab it on a little bit because this blush is extremely pigmented, and then I'll just like dab it on my wrist if it's too much. And I want my cheeks, smile, and then do a little circular motion. But yeah, so I felt myself wanting to escape being around people really. And it didn't feel like I ever was, because I was also in a point where I had all these responsibilities that required me to be around people and to talk to people and to check up on people. And I remember, now that I'm saying this, I remember being like, but who the heck is checking up on me? Like, I'm checking up on all these people and I'm barely having anybody really check up on me. And so I got to a point of like deep exhaustion. However, I was still pushing because that was what was expected. And going back to the independence and the just wanting to live my life solo, I started to realize how detrimental it was to put other people in front of me and to sacrifice my love for solo activity and just sitting in my own presence. How detrimental it was for me to sacrifice that to spend time with somebody because they loved being in my presence. And it's not even like I never was with this individual or like with these people. It was frequent that we would hang out and we would do things together. And it just felt like I didn't ever have a moment to myself, like for an extended amount of time. And my physical field and energetic field was just full of someone else's presence. And I got to a point of just like energetic overload, and I could feel my nervous system was building up to, I cannot handle this anymore. Luckily, was able to move from that environment, moving from another state to a different one, from one state to a different one. In that move, I was able to gain my independent, my personal space again, and also genuinely be able to reflect on what I did before, like what I let go of in order to please another individual. Sometimes I do this, sometimes I don't. I'll just use the e.l.f. clear brow and eyelash gel. I just use it for my eyelashes though. I moved. I was able to see where I was putting myself in dead last behind everyone else, and especially behind a particular relationship. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to accept that wanting to have my own recharge time and being out of an environment where I'm constantly socializing, constantly giving my energy to somebody else, even if it's just sitting in their presence, that's still an exchange of energy. I was like, I completely accept that it is fine for me to not want to be in people's presence. I don't think that it's an issue for you or for me to want to be in my own presence for as long as I feel I need to. Take everything that I'm saying with a grain of salt, because I know some people will take that and run and be like, oh, well, you need community and you need to be around people and this, that, and that, and another. I do comprehend that. However, I do want to say that I'm addressing a specific crowd of people, and I know that the people that will resonate with this will align with them, and it will sit with them in the way that it should. Before that though, I use this lip liner from Wet n Wild, or a lip stain liner. And this is probably one of my absolute favorite ones that I have found. It is like flat and there's a tip, and I just use the tip angle, the tip part of it, to outline my lips. So there they are, outlined. Yeah, so I'm talking to a specific group of people who have felt burnt out when it comes to just overextending themselves and sacrificing the time that they could have used to recharge themselves, to ask themselves how they're genuinely feeling, to like actually sit with themselves, just with themselves. I'm talking about these people that thought that they needed to be out there talking to people and constantly like checking up on him and her and everybody's mom, and completely just threw out their genuine love for being with themselves. I'm talking to those people. I have this lip tint from Bath and Body Works that I just like to put on my bottom lip like this. Do a little bit of that. And I top it off with this yummy gloss from CoverGirl. It's those individuals who feel like they have given everything that they had in them and then some. They have gone to the point where they genuinely are like, no, enough is enough. Like, I have put myself behind other people for way too long, and I'm taking back my sovereignty. I'm taking back the ability that I have to live my own life based off of my own beliefs, based off of my own perspective of how I feel my life should be, not based off of somebody else and how they think life should go, or how they think I should show up in their life, how I feel and how I believe now. Thank you guys for watching me get my makeup done while I'm ranting about independence and just caring for yourself again. And whoever this message is for, thank you so much for listening and for allowing the message to land. And if you felt like this did not land for you, well, it wasn't your video, so that's fine too. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.